It's lovely to be here today with Guy Chiswick from Webloyalty. How are you today?
Yeah, really good, thanks.
And it's been a good week?
Been a great week.
Any particular highlights?
Had a good trip to the Netherlands Monday, Tuesday, so always good to spend time in the market with the guys that are there, and then been in London for the rest of the week.
One of the key news stories this week has been Maurice Levy's successor might be named sooner than expected. I mean, do you think that they'll have a difficulty replacing him as he's been such a long-standing figurehead for Publicis Group?
I think replacing anyone who's been in the job for 30 years is always a challenge. I mean, you only have to look at the sporting world with Manchester United and Alex Ferguson and the challenges from there. So naturally, big shoes to fill. You know, he's built Publicis into a huge global media giant in the time he's been there. But at the same time, if you look at it in terms of the corporate world, most businesses in the FTSE 100, the CEO's life is 3 to 5 years. So very unusual to have someone at the helm for so long. And also a time when the media and marketing world has gone such huge change driven by digital. So also an opportunity for someone to come in with a different mindset. And I think underpinning it is the succession planning that's been in place for the last year or two. The move to 4 divisions that was put in place in December 2015, creating some clarity and a bit of competition between those units, and again the vested interest for Maurice Levy, who wants to see the continued success of the business. And I can't imagine he's going to be hands off for
I did see he commented that he's going to be staying around maybe as a doorman, I believe. That's what they said they expect. So he's definitely keeping a high profile title for himself. Another story in the news this week has been Google launching its Allo messaging app, which seems to be a market that's completely saturated these days. There are so many messaging apps. How do you think this one will differentiate itself from all the others?
I think the data that it contains within it and the ability to merge this with AI and with bots and deliver a sort of a true voice experience. I mean, in terms of is the market saturated, I think it could be, but actually that's not a consumer issue. Consumer, they get more to choose from. It's more the company issue who are investing in it. And I think any new entrant to the market is going to bring new innovation. As that innovation comes in, it's new, and then every other company picks up on it. So I think great from a consumer experience. I think the bigger concern is probably from a data protection perspective. To have these supercharged messenger apps, you need to take a lot of data in. Although Google suggested they would just use it on a transitional basis, just to power that action at the time, though when they launched it, they stated that actually it was going to be stuck on the system forever. So the consumer will have to make that choice on, do they want the supercharged experience? In which case they have to give lots of data across and it be out there. A bit like with creative and ad blocking. If you want free content, you're going to take some advertising. So I think it's an exciting move, and I think I saw a presentation from Skyscanner recently, and they saw the future as being voice and inspiration. So the challenge there is, how do you get apps to integrate into voice? Because once you can do that, then you're in an amazing place. And I think with what we've seen with Amazon Echo and the Google version that's coming out, this is where voice will really come into its own and make a great experience.
Another one of the key stories of the week has been the IPO of Trade Desk. I mean, do you think this is a way in which the market's going to move? Because obviously the thing with a lot of these ad techs is that they basically are set up to be bought.
Absolutely. And again, I think setting an ad tech business up to get bought is can be a very viable solution. Getting it to an IPO is a very different position. And I think with sort of the varied success of ad tech IPOs, it's dulled investor confidence. So Facebook did an amazing job, albeit they had a huge wobble just the day after it IPO'd, and it took a year to get back. Whereas Twitter, is now looking to go private again because it's stated it's not going to make a profit. So I think there are, within the ad tech business, there will continue to be new entrants, which is great for the industry because it brings new innovation. I think very soon, though, you'll get a huge period of consolidation as Jerry Kawata from Luminor stated recently, he doesn't expect a fraction. He only expects a fraction of the ag tech businesses that are in any of those lovely charts that he produces to exist in a few years' time. So they'll either run out of cash and the backers won't back them, or they'll get gobbled up and consolidated into these big plays.
That was actually a conversation that a lot of people were having at the Mexico event, which I went to last week, about consolidation into these bigger companies. On a bit of a lighter note, probably the biggest tabloid story of the week has been the split of Brangelina back to Brad and Angelina. From a branding point of view, do you think there's the possibility that that'll boost their separate brands, or do you think they were stronger as a whole, as a consolidated lump, let's say?
Yeah, I think it's a fun question. It's also, it's very, as you say, it's very relevant in terms of brands. So the fun side of it, if you looked at sort of big brands that split in years gone by, Wham, I remember them splitting. Andrew Ridgeley came to nothing. George Michael went on to huge success. The Spice Girls, the same. Certain Posh went on to do amazing things. No one see much of Sporty or Ginger. So I think it depends on the strength of the individual going in, but also I think it's that moment in time, and where they are at that stage, the stage in career or stage in the life of the brand. So in terms of ones that, big brands that are split that have worked, if everyone remembers Bennifer, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. So again, both very successful going in, both have continued to be very successful coming out.
I hear so much from Jennifer Lopez these days, so do you?
Oh, I don't know. She's
still there.
Apparently she's going out with Calvin Harris now, so that could be this could be a new
the new pop star collaboration. There.
Exactly, and actually maybe that is the Calvin Harris experience with Taylor Swift. That's maybe the way that you need to protect your brand. So Taylor is very careful about who she partners with, but as soon as it gets too close to diminishing her brand, she then moves them on. So maybe we've got...
Must have diminished it quickly with Tom Hiddleston, because that was very short, wasn't it? Well, it's lovely to chat to you, and have a great weekend.
Great, thank you.